What is going on, warriors and farmers of Tamaris? Back again with another Call of Dragons video. Looks like the game developers have decided to revive the archers from the dead. They are going to be doing so much damage in the open field PvP. In today's episode, I'm going to explain to you guys how that is going to be the case. If you're new here, like, share, subscribe, leave some comments down below. Let's get right into it. Alright, warriors of Tamaris, it is doomsday for so many enemies in the open field PvP. If you go to your mail, you're gonna see the new information about the archers in Call of Dragons. It looks like things are going to be good for the archers. People have been complaining for a very long time and the devs have listened. This time they have brought the buffs that are giving the archers instant impact skills. They are going to be buffing G4 and the G5 archers. So this is all the information that you need to know. You don't really need to read everything because I'm going to explain the important ones that you need to know. So let us go straight to the top and begin from there. So we can see here the devs have said that they are going to be wording some of the archer skills in Call of Dragons. For example, additional and extra normal attack will be changed to follow-up normal attack. So what does it mean? Let's go to the game and point it out. We're gonna start with Mr. Syndrion. My game is glitching a lot. Okay, so we got Syndrion over here. When we click on his rage skill, Syndrion can gain rapid fire, launching additional normal attack. This additional normal attack is gonna be classified as a follow-up normal attack. And this follow-up normal attack is not going to trigger any counter-attack damage. So that is the first part of the information from the mail. So I have saved you the clicks for reading all of this stuff right here. They just rewarded the skills and that's pretty much it. Now we're going to go to the next part, which is the buffs to the G4 and the G5 archers. They are looking awesome. They have done exactly what we have wanted them to do, which is give these heroes instant impact skills. If you look at Magrat and Zeta, they can do so much damage in a small amount of time. And the devs have decided to do the same thing to FALGRIM and SIBYL and Ruby and KAELAN. These buffs are looking hot and we're going to check them out from the game. I think I have read all of them and I have them memorized already. So let us go to the game and check them out. In case I'm going to be making mistakes when I'm editing, I'm going to put the pictures here just to show you guys what is going on. Okay, we're going to begin with the first hero in our roster, which is Mr. FALGRIM. So what did the devs do to FALGRIM? I'm going to make it simple. They have changed penetrating bolt and rewarded it as a bouncing bolt. Now when you fight your enemies, this bouncing bolt is going to bounce 2 times and then it's going to give you like a 50% additional damage to the bouncing bolt, which is the skill damage factor right here, 1300. I think that is going to be boosted by 50% if I'm not mistaken. Of course, we have to wait for the update to come out and see how it works, but I'm going to put the skills here and you can see it side by side what is going to change. So this is going to make FALGRIM very, very strong. 50% on top of this one is a lot, guys. It's going to be some crazy damage. I think around 1900, is it 1950 if I'm not mistaken? Of course, we have to wait for the update to see how that works. So this is the first buff that they have done to Mr. FALGRIM. Another thing that they did was they changed this skill right here, which is the contract killer. They removed this word penetrating bolt and changed it with the bouncing bolt. If you look at the information from the mail, that is what they did. So they removed penetrating bolts and changed it to bouncing bolt. So this is what they did to Mr. FALGRIM in the upcoming update. Up next, we're gonna have a look at Ruby and see what they did to her. The devs have decided to introduce some new crazy mechanic, which is absolutely brilliant. They call that mechanic desert. So Ruby is gonna be gaining, SIBYL is gonna be gaining desert every second. She will gain 20 desert, and once she hits 100 desert, she's gonna do 200% more normal attack damage. So she gains 20 desert every second, which means on turn number 5, she is going to do 200% additional normal attack damage. But here is where things get interesting. When Ruby is marching, she will be gaining another 20% desert, which means she has the chance to gain 40 desert every second when she is marching. This is gonna be awesome when she goes in and out of battle. You could be doing 200% normal attack damage almost every 3 seconds, provided if you know how to move in and out and just keep collecting those deserts. It's gonna be awesome. She's officially become like a mini Margaret, doing some crazy stuff on the field. Man, this is going to be absolutely brilliant. I really like what the devs have done to this hero. It is absolutely fantastic. So this desert has been included in this skill right here, which is Getaway Plan. Yep. So everything here is the same, but they added it when leading a marksman legion. You gain 20 desert every second. When you hit 100 desert, which is like after 5 seconds, you're gonna do 200% more normal attack damage. But when you're marching, you're also gonna be gaining 20 desert, which means you will be able to collect those deserts a little bit faster, almost 40 every second. And within 3 seconds, you should be doing 200% more normal attack damage, which is absolutely fantastic. So this is what they did to SIBYL. They just made her kind of work like Margaret, which is very, very good for the open field PvP. Now we move on to the G5 archers and we have a look at Ruby. Ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at what might be the best new archer in Call of Dragons, if I'm not mistaken. The reason I say this is because this hero is going to be a nightmare for so many people in the open field. Her artifact is insane, and the devs have decided to take her to a whole new level. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself for some crazy destruction in open field PvP. And we're gonna go to the buff for this Ruby. Unfortunately, you're gonna need to max her out to get that buff. So you see this skill known as Blind Barrage. It says during battle, you have a 25% chance to launch a follow-up normal attack, okay? 25% chance. This is not very powerful. Now the devs have changed it. You can now launch like 2 normal attacks every second. The follow-up normal attack is gonna do 100 damage to another target nearby, which means you could do 100 damage every second. Every time you hit someone, you're gonna do 100 normal attack damage to another person that is nearby. If there is no one near the target, you're gonna do 50 normal attack damage to the main target. So Ruby is going to be doing like a double normal attack every single second when she is fighting the enemy. Man, this is going to be next level OP. It's gonna take this pet to the next level. It's gonna change the way this hero synergizes with KAELAN, and things are going to be crazy. It is part of the reason I say that this Ruby and KAELAN is going to be displacing Margaret and Zeta as the top DPS in the game. On top of that, this artifact is just gonna go crazy with this pairing. Absolutely fantastic. Is there anything that they have changed as well? No, I don't see it. So there is one thing that I missed out from SIBYL. I think she gains 150 rage. Where is SIBYL? We just talked about her. So yeah, I'm gonna put the SIBYL skill over here and you can read it. I'm too lazy to go back to click on it. So I think, no, SIBYL doesn't gain. Somebody gains 150 rage. Anyways, let's get back to Ruby. We're gonna go back to the notes and check it out. So Ruby is gonna be doing a double normal attack every second. It's gonna be awesome. This pet is gonna go crazy. Instant impact, you're gonna be getting a lot of damage. And then we're gonna move on to the last hero, which is KAELAN. This hero has also been buffed to the next level. And the skill that they buffed is the Dangerous Chase. So now that Ruby can do like 2 normal attacks every second, this guy is gonna be triggering this skill so many times, especially when you add the Chain Strike, which means almost every second you will be triggering this thing almost 2 or 3 times, which is just nasty. Imagine doing this 1000 damage factor 4 times before you cast a rage skill on any enemy. I think it is possible, if I'm not mistaken, because with this guy you can get like You know, 3 stacks of archers mark when you enter the battle. And so with the new buff to Ruby, allowing her to do 2 normal attacks every second, I think you should be able to pull this off maybe 3 times before you cast all your rage skill on the enemy. That is already 3000 damage factor on its own, which is just ridiculous. So things are going to be crazy. On top of that, this skill has a new addition to it. It's going to be gaining 20 rage every second for 3 seconds. So what does it mean? It should be able to work with the Auric Warhound, I think. Yep, this hero is going to be so awesome for both archers and cavalry on the open field PvP. So these are some of the buffs that have been added. I think somebody gains 150 rage. I forgot who that was. Should be SIBYL, if I'm not mistaken. So let's go back here and check. So this is SIBYL getaway plan. When she gains the 20 desert charge per second, yep, she also gains 150 rage when she does that desert thing, which means her rage skill are going to be faster. So SIBYL is gonna be so nasty in the open field PvP against the enemies as well. Man, things are gonna be looking so good. There are other additions here as well. One thing that we need to know is the Mighty Slash. Okay, we got Mighty Slash here. Let's go to the talent tree and I'll show you guys what I mean. So Mighty Slash has also been classified as an extra normal attack. If we go to the talents, we go to the end, this is Mighty Slash. It should not trigger extra counter attack against the enemy because it is a follow-up normal attack now. So that's gonna be awesome. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the buffs that are coming to the archers in Call of Dragons. I think Margaret and Zayda are going to be dethroned as the top DPS in Call of Dragons. And I think it's gonna be going to Ruby and the KAELAN. You just need to build this pet with the healing chain strike. What is it called? Let's go to the pet section and we check it out. Or better yet, we're gonna go here to the KVK shop. I show you what skill I'm talking about. It is this healing chain strike. Advanced chain strike. You put this on your pet for Ruby and KAELAN and you are good to go. Or you build a whole bunch of sand lizards. Now me personally, I don't think I'm gonna be swapping my archers in this upcoming arms exchange because after seeing the buffs to these new heroes, I changed my mind, guys. I think I might be keeping my archers. I like these buffs. They are insane. Yeah, it's good I invested in archers, man. These archers are going to be slapping in the open fields for doing damage. It is awesome. So yeah, this is the buffs that is coming to Call of Dragons. Of course, we need to test them out first on the field before we get too excited. But I think things are going to change in open field PvP. Hopefully in the future, the devs can design all archer heroes to be like this. Instant impact. Thank you guys for watching. If you're new, subscribe for more content. Until then, talk to you guys in the next one. Bye bye for now.